everybody has a podcast. Yeah. So it's like, so you got to just, you know, get your core fans and then they'll stay.
He said every... Oh. You okay? Relax.
It's okay. Put that on camera.
Beautiful.
That's going to be the intro.
Start the show.
It's stunning though, the hills. No, you don't like
Yeah, like the house.
Your house was gorgeous.
Once you're in it, it's nice. But like when you like live up there, you're like, this is weird.
I feel too like single guy or a guy with no kids, like you want to be here. You want to be able to walk in to the stuff. Midst,
If
you had a whole big family, get them up there. But like you got to be, this is for you.
Yeah.
You're down here, right? In this area?
I mean, like, Soho.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. It made me really appreciate how much I love New York. You know, being there.
Would you live there?
In LA?
Yeah.
No. You could literally be like, I'll give you $100 million. I would go back to being a physical therapist.
Yeah.
Really? I don't dislike LA. I like going there. I cannot leave the city.
Yeah.
Like my only goal in life is to be I couldn't care less where else I sell tickets, where else people care about me. It's just about New York. My only goals have always been New York, be home. So I don't know why I am that way. But that's how I am. So I go to these other places, of course. You have to.
When I was like growing up, like going there, the parties and like, you know, seeing like Leo at the club. Yeah. I was like, oh, I want to like do this. I want to live here. I want to be part of the Illuminati. Not like the real Illuminati. Like, are we recording now?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
That
not
was
like
a seamless intro.
Not like the real Illuminati. Now I'm nervous because I'm like, we're recording.
Yeah.
But like the Illuminati of just Hollywood parties and the girls and the things and, you know, whatever. And then once you're doing it, it's kind of cool to visit, but not to like stay there.
I get it. Whatever.
If you live in one of those houses where you're having the house parties, like you have to clean up after everybody else.
Well, that's the thing.
I hate having
it's
parties.
Like people, they forget about like the carrying cost of all this stuff. Like you said, like, yeah, you have the house and the pool, but then it's like you have to maintain the pool, you have to maintain the house. If you have children, you have to watch them in the pool. Like there's all these things. And for me, New York is just much more manageable for that.
Isn't that so funny? Like those rich people with the infinity pool in the hills, they have like some kids in the pool like that. It's like, like it looks so sexy on TV, but then once you have like a couple kids peeing in there and shit, it's just like another pool. Yeah. Just a fucking body of water.
Do you feel you can enjoy your money more there though, just with the space or no?
Well, that's the thing. I'm all about like if money is not buying you freedom, then there's no point of having the money. So unless you're multi-billionaire, that's one thing. But even those people can live outside their means. And then you're constantly have this financial gun to your head where it's like, is the person who's making $5 million a year, but spending 4.5 more wealthy than the guy who's making $100,000 a year, but living within his means and doesn't have to want for anything? It's like, you'd rather be that guy who's also anonymous, who nobody cares about what he's saying. He can just live free and happy. I think this whole idea of fame in this world and money has completely shifted where it's like there's a negative karmic evilness attached to all of this. You have to be careful with. So it's like, you know, getting very specific on like, I want my fan base for this and they only care about me. And if people are going to yell about what I'm saying, I don't care about them. And like this idea of like, well, I have a $5 million house, but now I have to go out and be away from my family for 9 months to make the money. It's not worth it. Time and money time is actually much more valuable currency now that I have kids.
I remember you said to me when we were there, by the way, Chris Distefano, the GOAT, is here.
Yes.
You know, Chrissy Chaos.
Hello.
Everyone knows who he is. We go way back.
Yes, we do.
But no, I remember you came and you said to me, because I was living in LA and you were like doing some TV show for True TV or something like that. Probably got canceled.
Yeah.
Everything gets canceled.
I'm one and done.
Same. I've had like 14 shows, but it's like accumulated to a good net worth. But then you were like, like, you know, if it meant keep coming out here hosting these shows means that I have to like keep being away from my family, then like I don't even want to do it anymore. Yeah, it's like I'd rather make the money just podcasting from my couch.
Right. It's like, you know, for stand up, you know, like, you know, you world tours and, you know, you go on tour, right? That's what we do, which is a beautiful thing. And when I have the opportunities, I can take them. But it's like, I'd like to do a world tour like once. I don't want that to be my entire life because the thing that I'm losing, it's like, yeah, you know, the agent will put in front of you, you're going to make this much. You sell tickets and you see that number, you're like, yes, but you don't back out. You know, you don't think about taxes. You don't think about their commission. You don't think about your time being spent. You don't think about the plane, the openers and everything. So when it's all said and done, what am I actually netting is what I know now. That's the only thing I care about is what am I bringing home to my family? And two, how many events and days am I going to have to miss in my daughter's lives? And is this worth it? Is this money that I'm going to make going to buy me freedom that I can say no to the next 3 things now because of this one thing? And now I can be at, I'm going to lose one thing, but I'm going to get 3 more.
Yeah.
If it's just like, I'm just going on the road to go on the road and not thinking about it, being present.
Which is cool for the experience when you're probably first starting. Like when I used to do like nightclub appearances all over the place, I probably netted nothing. Like if they paid me like $3,500 back then, that seemed life-changing. But by the time like the flights and the dinner and whatever, probably the taxes and the agent, probably made like $500. But you know, had a couple of threesomes, so it was cool.
Oh,
oh, really?
I'm just saying, what was his name?
I was one of them.
Oh, that's hot.
Yes.
Did you have like a turning point where you're like, I need to move a little slower?
Yeah, when I had my second daughter, when I was like, when you have one kid, it's like, it's difficult there. And, you think about stuff. But once I had my second daughter and like every time I would leave the house, I'd be like, oh, snap, like the burden it would put on my family. I would say, what do we need here? Like what kind of life, like do we need for like, how much money do I have to make for them to be happy and for us to have our basic needs met? My mortgage paid and like for them to be happy. And then when my 8-year-old, she's 8 now, she was like 7, she was started to be like, Daddy, like, why are you leaving so much? You just left last weekend. And then and then you have to kind of answer that question realistically. It's like, oh, well, I'm leaving because this is what I want to do. Right? Which is like, once you decide to have children, I made that choice. It's like, yes, I need to be happy because my happiness will kind of, go on to them. And if I'm not happy, then nobody else can be happy. I believe in that because it's like happiness trickles down.
For sure.
So you have to put your needs, your happiness first because you can't be a sad parent and a good parent. No. It's going to trickle onto your kids. But I was like, how much of this is actually for me versus like they need my time now. They need me here. So it's like I will forfeit these weekends, but the thing that's going to come with that is, the agents, your peers, your fans, everyone's going to be like, what are you doing? You got to put your foot on the gas now. You're only going to be hot once.
FOMO.
It's like FOMO. And it's like, okay, is all that, you got to ask yourself. I'm not saying if it's the right choice or the wrong choice, as a parent, I got to ask myself, is going after that stuff going to make me happier than sitting at home with my kids and having like a family Friday night where we watch movies and cook together and like those memories? You have to think about it. Yeah. And again, whatever people want to do is cool with them. For me, I'm like balanced. So I will go away 1 weekend a month now, but like make it as big as I can, as many tickets as I can. So I don't have to keep going out with the gun to my head because the thing about it is, the people in your life are going to tell you to go. Besides the people that matter, my kids are going to be the only ones who are like, Daddy, don't go. And I should only care about them. But I'll listen to, my high-powered agent who's like, money, 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 which is fine. That's his job. I get it. But I also have a job and I have to be like, well, I'm not going to listen to you. Yeah. I'm going to listen to you when I want to because I got to listen to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you have 3 kids now?
I have my stepson who's like my own and my 2 daughters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and now you were doing the whole family thing in Staten Island.
Right.
No more Staten Island?
No, I sold the house in Staten Island. That was a stupid mistake.
Same.
That was dumb.
Why?
Well, I gave up a great mortgage rate.
That's true. Now they're like
I gave up a good cost of living financially. I gave up a bit of financial freedom because I was like, I don't have sidewalks and I want to walk to go get a bagel. Mm-hmm. So I self-sabotaged myself. So now I'm in Queens, which is fine. But I'm actually thinking because my kids said to me when we moved, they were like, we miss Staten Island. We had a pool. Yeah. We had a school we loved. We had all our friends. I was like, but isn't it cool that we can walk to go get a bagel in Queens?
You can walk to get a bagel in Staten Island.
No, I was in Toad Hill. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's the bougie part.
Yes. Yeah. So, and my daughter was like, she kind of hit me too, with a gut punch. She was like, we moved here. And she was like, Mom kind of likes it. Me and my brother really don't like it. And Violet, she's
where,
like,
Queens or
Queens. No, Queens. Oh,
yeah.
She was like,
what part of Queens? Like, I don't know if you could say, but like,
it's like Forest Hills area.
Okay. Is that like city kind of?
Yeah.
Or is it like Staten Island?
No. You can walk to everything. And I could be in the city. I could be here in 35 minutes.
Because there's a train. Yeah.
So, which is fine, which is good. But I'm like, oh shit, this is a thing I did for me more than for them. Yeah. And I uprooted their life. And I'm like, we can handle it. They're in good schools. They have everything's great. But I was like, maybe I probably screwed this up.
Staten Island is like much simpler.
Yes.
I call it Guido, Alabama.
Yes.
It's just like
Yes.
Guido, Trump supporters. Everything is cheaper.
Right.
Like if you need a doctor's appointment, like they'll get you in. Like here, if you need a doctor's appointment, like you're waiting 8 months.
Although I will say, from my
NYU.
time on Staten Island, even in Toad Hill, which was like a stereotypical, like, you know, Guido neighborhood, it's much more diverse now because people got pushed out financially of the other 4 boroughs because things cost so much, especially in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That Staten Island now,
So you got
like my neighbors were like, you know, a Lebanese family, you know, that don't like Trump, you know, or no politics at all. There was a gay couple around the corner.
Ooh, nice.
There was an Indian family on the corner. So it's like all the, I know, a bunch of Siennas. So gays. So I'm like, regretting
It's just crazy. Like
you can't go back.
Once you live there, like I grew up there and shit, like you're so immersed in it, you don't realize that it's different from everywhere else. And now when I go there, like everyone, the way they talk, everyone sounds the same. Everyone has like the same, all the ladies have the same haircut.
Right.
Are you going to end up there?
You know, actually, I'm a fan. You saw my house in LA. I'm a fan of hills.
And that's what they have.
They have hills there, and it's pretty close to the city.
Right.
So you get a little bit of both worlds. It's not as like suburban as Jersey.
Right.
Jersey, to get a bagel, you have to drive 30 minutes, you know, on a parkway.
And Staten Island, even if you have infinity money, there's just no houses that look like the houses on Staten Island in any of the other 4 boroughs.
Geographical location.
They don't have the land. You just, so it doesn't, you can have $1 billion. They're like, well, that just gets you a building, a skyscraper. Like that does, it's not going to get you like a house. It's just not realistic. But
that's why, like, when I was going to the Hamptons and shit, like I got ripped. You ever been to the Hamptons or not?
Sure, of course.
I hate it. It's horrible. You're looking up Staten Island houses. Actually, they just put the Castellano house.
Yeah, 16 mil.
Bro, no one's paying no one's paying more than $3 million on Staten Island.
No.
Ever.
No.
You know? 16 million, an old mafia guy used to live there. And it's like still stuck in the 1970s or something. And they
I mean, I lived within walking distance of this house when I was living there. It looked like pretty newly, I don't know, I never went inside, but the outside looked like it was possibly renovated, but.
Nah, bro, inside, like it's still like, looks like it's from the 1970s.
It was a mafia house they sold.
Yeah, it was Paul Castellano's house.
Castellano,
He's was a famous mobster that got shot and killed in front of Sparks Steakhouse in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch, what is it on Netflix? There's a mafia.
Get Gotti? What?
Get Gotti.
That's like the new one, yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Staten Island is cool.
You're not from Staten Island.
Nah.
No, my dad, half my life though was there.
You're from Long Island.
Queens.
Oh, Queens. Okay.
Ridgewood, Queens. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Wasn't that voted like one of the best neighborhoods in the country?
Yeah,
Did you
which
see
is
that?
Ridgewood,
nuts.
Queens?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
like
nuts
food
because
or something?
Food and just like, dude, the house my mother, where I grew up, like was like, you know, a nice house, but like, you know, my mother never like renovated or anything. It was like kind of like it's like a house from the 80s. And nobody even knew where Ridgewood was when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
The L train, like I live off the Halsey Street stop on the L train, which is like everybody wants to live there now. My mom said like Hasidic Jewish people will come up to her.
Just hand them money.
Yo,
they do
the offer's all the way up to $2.5 million in cash.
Wow.
10 years ago it was like $1 million. Now they're like 2.5 cash right now. We'll give it to you. Get out.
Yep.
Because they want to convert it to apartments and they'll make so much money.
And build tunnels underneath the neighborhoods.
And exactly, pop right up into my bedroom. And she told me, she was like, no, honey, I want to live. I want to keep this for you to give to you and your family. I was like, Mom, I'm telling you right now, I will sell this house at your funeral. So if you want to make the money, lady, go do it because I will not. This is hot real estate. I'll fucking sell it.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's not that cute though.
I don't know. I only know of Queens is this strip club called Riviera.
Oh.
Sure.
You know Riv? Rivies? Yeah.
Queens. Yeah.
Big booty bitches there, man.
Yeah.
BBBs.
Yeah. Like
where are you from?
Boston.
Ooh, good city.
Yeah.
You like it?
I do like Boston. I like performing there. I think that's the best comedy city outside New York.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They laugh because they're not really
There's
offended.
nothing to do. There's nothing else to do there. So I feel like they like, right?
That's interesting you say that because when I go to Boston, I'm such like a history fan, especially colonial American history.
Yeah.
And that's like the epicenter of it.
Yeah.
I always have so much fun in Boston, but I'm only ever there for like 3-4 days. But when you're living there, I would imagine you run out of shit to do quick.
Yeah. I feel like when people go to shows, it's like, this is like their night out. This is like their date. So there's nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the trains stop at like 10.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
That's not going to work for comedy, for comedians. Yeah.
And everyone's ugly.
Oh, the woman. I've never had sex in Boston.
Never had sex in Boston?
Well, I did move at 17, but I
That should be the name of your next album. Never had sex in Boston.
Yeah, the girls are not our type.
They're
there.
so ugly. Even the guys are so idiots.
Really?
Yeah.
Rob Gronkowski? You don't think he's good looking?
No, everyone is hideous. I
Is
love.
he from Boston?
No, but
Or
he
just on the
associates
team,
with it.
yeah.
I love a blue collar, like like Goodwill Hunting, like poverty stricken white guy, but you don't really find them.
In Boston? What about Southie Boston? Isn't that where they're from?
Yeah, but I feel like they're not as rough anymore.
That's like running into like a Guido construction worker here, right?
Yeah, you don't see him that much.
Exactly. Like I would love that. I love blue collar.
Yeah.
But are you into women more or men?
Well, I was a lesbian and now I'm not. So now I'm dating men now.
Good.
I mean, I'm dating women as well, but
He thought it was cap. Like he thought you were just like a lipstick lesbian, or like every girl's bisexual.
oh no. I was with my ex for like 3 years.
Like fully all I did was be with women.
Fully I had sex with I'm 24. I had sex with a guy for the first time at 22.
Whoa, the same age as me.
Yeah.
With the guy?
It's crazy.
Yes.
Nice.
I think you were there.
Yeah, Chris is like, you're like we relate to each other because like I feel like you do have that Staten Island blue collar like audience and shit, but we're both like a little gay.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're both like a little femme, and like I don't know if like they would totally be on board with us.
Well,
you know?
it's weird. Like anytime I do shows, the managers of whatever the venue is, it's always like the same note. They're like, I've never knew whatever town I'm in. They're like, I never knew we had this many Puerto Rican people and gay people.
Right.
They all, because those are the people who are coming to the
like
shows.
You have a lot of
Yeah.
gay fans?
Gay fans and Puerto Rican.
Like gay
because
guys?
My kids are
But my
Puerto Ricans.
Italian
Yeah.
like Guido family loves you too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because you are like a New York guy.
Well, because I've had a couple of
you're
stories.
like a gay New York construction worker.
And they all know I think I'm the guy that some of these construction workers wish they could be.
Yeah,
Or they wish they could just talk
absolutely.
about, like being open, but they
like,
can't.
Intersexual, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of lose those like the red pill dudes and shit, like
Right.
the Andrew Tates and stuff, because like I get it, and like I like jujitsu and cage fighting and being a man and stuff like that, and a submissive woman, but also like they don't eat vagina. Like they get like they get like too far
I
right
think Andrew
with
Tate's
it.
gay.
You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Right.
Well, it's not even if he's gay. Like every guy likes to
be.
like cuddle and like
Yeah.
get forehead kisses and stuff.
Yeah.
Be like hee hee.
I mean,
He's so cute.
I do understand not eating pussy with the throat cancer risks.
Do you really get some? I didn't know
That's
that.
a big dude. If you're going
Really?
to die of throat
Oh,
cancer.
I actually can call
HPV.
It's a good way to go.
Yeah, HPV, is they say like that's coming up on the leading cause of cancer of men.
Really?
Is because, like Michael Douglas is the most famous case. Throat cancer and he said it was like I was eating puss.
Really?
Yeah.
But I thought you can't detect it on men.
No, but it's on women. You can. So you
can transmit
the
it?
virus lives on your vaginal walls. A guy goes down on you or a girl goes down on you. They get it in their throat.
Yeah.
Supposedly the cancer causing cells of HPV can kind of do more damage on the throat lining because there's a lot more acid in your vagina that kills it.
not
But I don't have as much
pussy
acid in
again.
my throat.
Got
Or do I?
it.
But that's what I've been doing. I've been drinking battery acid every day before I go down on my girl.
Damn.
And then I go down on her.
looks like
She's good.
Looks like you might be at risk.
How would I even know if I have HPV? Is that something like I would be like it?
Pap smear.
Oh.
You got to get a PAPS. When's the last time you went to the gyno?
It's been a
Yeah, gay
I don't
is.
have
You gotta
sex,
go.
though. I don't-
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. As a woman, you got to be going once a year. You got to get that. You got to get that PAPS check. Get that puss check.
No,
Do
I
you know
do have
this
to get
from your family situation?
Well, having girls, I also,
Yeah. Are you still with Vinny?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
You can explain.
So-
he calls his girlfriend Vinny.
We call
Oh,
And he named her after me for some
after
reason.
her.
really? Do they look
Because
alike?
here's what happened is because I had a podcast, then we stopped. I had this one podcast, History Hyenas, and we used to call my girlfriend, her name's Jasmine, we used to call her The Situation, right? So like Mike, The Situation.
Yeah.
Because we would always get into these arguments and we'd be like, we got a situation. So we would just call her The Situation. The fans, everybody started calling her The Situation. She loved it.
Yeah.
And so then we stopped that podcast, and then I started a new podcast, my podcast, which I'm still doing, Chrissy Chaos podcast.
Shout out Chrissy Chaos.
Shout it out. And I was like, you know what? Let's change her name.
Rebranding.
Just do another Jersey Shore member. Let's start calling her Vinny.
Yeah.
And so we started calling her Vinny. And we don't call her Vinny as much anymore. Now it's just Jasmine. But the OG fans know who Vinny is.
Okay, good.
They know.
Good.
They know.
That's like a good like metaphor of my career too, because Situation used to get all the attention back then.
Right.
And then, like I think I've kind of come into my own a little bit.
Yeah.
People are naming their wives after me and
Yes.
stuff like that. I'm part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah, you are.
You are.
How did you guys meet?
Grinder.
We went on Grindr.
That's hot.
Yeah.
You're the top for sure.
100%. No,
Yeah.
power bottom. Are you kidding me?
Really?
Yeah, I'm a size 38 waist.
Okay.
Nah, we met from, we were on Guy Code together
Yes.
back in the day. And I've seen you just like evolve into, like I haven't seen you in quite a while, since LA probably. But
Right. You haven't seen my new,
dude, you have
I'm on
been,
estrogen.
yeah, you have been killing it. Like, like we all kind of like grew up together. you
Yes.
know, in this
I think I
weird
replaced you
business
on
and
Guy
shit.
Code.
Did you? I was just like the guest kind of.
No, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't like whatever Jersey Shore was blowing up or you had to do more season and you couldn't commit to it.
So
they were like, let's find another just Italian comic with an Italian last name.
Wait, when? What? Like what era was this?
2012.
Yep.
Oh,
I would
wow.
say.
I was
Yeah.
12.
You were 12, yeah. Oh yeah, no.
And you weren't like doing theaters back then.
Nothing.
You
Dude,
know? You were
they
just,
told me when I came in to audition, they told me, they were like, look, I came in, just got the audition somehow.
Yeah.
I came in, it was like, a lot of other people, and they were like, listen, what we're looking for is kind of somebody to replace the Vinny Guadagnino kind of brand here.
Yeah,
so they were like, just whatever. And they gave me the notes, and then I came in, and then they were like, okay, listen, we'll hire you, but only like for 1 or 2 episodes max. They were like, just max 2 eps, that's it. So I was like, you know what? I remember telling my dad that, and my dad was like, he was like, we were in Baltimore, and he was like, listen, you control your effort, okay? It's all about your effort, not your outcome. So you go in there and you just control what you can fucking control, and you make them say yes to you. But if they don't say yes to you, don't worry about it. Just so I was fucking writing till like 3 a.m. Jokes.
Really?
And I came in like a fucking machine of I was like, like all of them. And then they were like, are you done? I was like, I have like 3 more pages. They were like, just go, let them rip. And I started letting these jokes rip. And then when the show came out, because the show we would film on like, I don't know, Monday, and the show would come out the following Monday. Like they would edit it quick. So it came out fully expecting to be in it for like, 10 seconds. I was brand new, and they had me in for like half the episode. I was like, holy shit. So then they called me. They're like,
I thought you were like a cage fighter back then.
Yeah.
You you were jacked. You had like tattoos and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm not jacked anymore.
No, now you're just like Chris,
The sweater.
Yeah.
And then so they kept giving me more episodes. And then finally they just like signed me on to the show.
Yeah.
And then I was a physical therapist. I quit my physical therapy job because of that.
And were you doing stand-up?
Yeah. I was doing stand up.
Like getting started, like how many years?
Dude, I was like open mics.
Okay.
I was open mics. But then like in the same year, it was like the beginning of 2013, quit my job, got signed on to Guy Code. Then they made Girl Code.
Yeah.
So that got even bigger because that was on MTV, not MTV2. And then at the end of the year, I did David Letterman show. And then from then, I've just been like in comedy.
That was a good show. That started like a lot of people. If you look back to it, all the people like Schultz and Charlemagne, like all them.
Aquafina, Nicole Byer, everybody. There's so many people. Jermaine Fowler.
Yeah, they should bring that back, man.
They
That was
should.
a good show.
They did it in the pandemic.
I did a pilot for Gay Code too, but it never came out.
Yeah, I mean, you can't,
They were doing Girl Code, Guy Code, and Gay Code.
They did a gay code? Or
Yeah, they did a pilot, and I did it for them. But
seriously?
yeah, I guess I don't know why I did it actually.
They were like, we need
Now
one
that I'm
guy
thinking
who's
about it.
we need one guy whose sexuality is sus.
Yeah, right.
I saw your Fallon or Kimmel.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
That was
just did
amazing.
Kimmel, right?
Jimmy.
This guy went from Jimmy Kimmel to Vinny's podcast
Oh, that's
that gets
insane.
300 views.
Yes. No, but it's fine. It's all
You know how it is.
it's all about the friends, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate
all about
it.
the
So-
connections.
It feels so good to like just hit old friends up and be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
will you come do this
I
for
don't
me?"
do
And
a-
they say yes.
I don't do anything anymore if I don't think about it if it's going to get me views or I'm happy with where my career's at.
Yeah.
Same.
So like
I go the other way. I go the smaller shit.
If you
know?
were like, dude, I'm doing a fucking podcast from my basement, we're not even going to air it. I would just do it to hang out with you. 'Cause I like you and I've known you for so long.
But if I was like, like there's this NTV special thing and blah, 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 like you would still consider it, but it's different.
Of course, I would do it. And I'm here to try to turn Sienna away from being gay because she is sinning.
I'm actually, Vinny's been helping me. Actually, no, you haven't. He sends me the
I'm
every
like
fucking
the opposite.
day.
No, I'm
every
kidding.
day he sends me like an ass crack.
Yeah.
The DM.
All we do is send girls back and forth to each other. Yeah, I'm actually a bad influence
You're a
for you.
horrible influence.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Gay is not a sin. Being white is a sin. Boo, fuck white people.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't know I'm drinking Starbucks,
yeah,
but I have no.
like,
I don't
why?
know what's going on. I just
What
want
happened
some.
with
I just
Starbucks?
want tea.
I think they're like apparent. I don't. Like,
They support
not
Israel. So,
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The other side
They
is
do?
Yeah.
Aw. No. How could they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I say to anybody who has
So
any
hard.
anybody who has any fucking comment like that, like with Starbucks, even if they were like they support Palestine, I go, oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
wowie, shut
Yeah.
up. I know it sucks.
So
The
sad.
thing is, you know what it is too?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this and I'm probably 100% wrong because I had this thought on the bus. so that's how you know. Anybody who's thinking about shit on the bus, on the express bus, is not, you're not in a good part of your life.
Was this
The
the
bus?
Staten Island Express bus?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, no, because you have. That's the way you get
have
to the
take
city.
bus, even if you're rich.
Yeah, that the express
No, I could have
bus-
drove, but I
No,
decided
but
to take the bus.
The express bus from Staten Island is bougie.
Yeah.
That's like a good
Cushion
bus.
seats, they seats like this.
Cushion
Oh.
seats,
Yes.
chargers,
Yep.
like shit like that. It's not like a city, but
Oh,
Nobody
it's like a-
standing.
we-
Only seats.
It's like a mega bus.
It's a public
little
city bus.
but it's
Okay.
like classy.
Got it.
It has like upholstery.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a poultry scary on a bus.
So I was sitting on the bus and, flying through the HOV lane, which y'all motherfuckers
That's another
can't.
flex
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That's another
I
flex
was like
too.
that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Traffic.
Yeah.
I'm on the bus with my Metro card.
Yo, you
And
fly in the morning.
Flying
The
in.
HOV lane,
So I'm in the HIV lane. So flowing.
HPV lane.
Yes, I'm in the HPV lane. Throat cancer.
cancer.
So Starbucks. So I was thinking, like all of us, right? Like we're all humans, right? No matter what we are, like black, white, trans, it doesn't matter.
Lesbian.
Lesbian. We're all Homo sapiens, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But our version of a human was one of like 9 or 10 different types of humanoids around.
Neanderthals.
Well, yeah, all that, right? But Homo sapiens, us, we're the ones that won out because we were the most vicious. This is millions of years ago.
Right.
So we won the evolution game. No matter what you look like, you're the same. Homo sapiens, so your kind was by far the most vicious. So your brain, deep
Yeah.
in your brain is
Have
you're
those.
thinking of, you're a violent person. So your brain is designed, your factory setting of your brain, even
Yes.
the sweetest people, designed for war. So when you're in peacetime, which Americans, no matter what you say, I don't care where you live, if you're living in the confines, if you have a US passport, you are free and you are safe. You can watch the news and suck. I'm not saying there isn't other things happening in the world, of course there are, but it has nothing to do with you.
Right.
Maybe it has something to do with your family and your friends and your memories, sure. But you right now, in the present day in the United States, you're as safe can be, other than, whatever, shooting. There's no war. There's no government coming to kill you, despite what you read online. It's not true. So your brain then says, well, I'm at peace and I can't accept that because I have this Homo sapien war brain. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go to war online. I'm going to let all these things affect me. I'm going to bring the war to me. Somehow I'm going to fight you and get mad at Starbucks because they're mad at the tea, whatever it is. I'm going to get mad. So people don't realize the most profound thing that ever happened to me is I spoke to a World War II veteran. Mm-hmm. And he was so dope. He told me this. So I was like in my early 20s, and he was like, your generation. We were talking, and he was like, your generation is so stupid. I was like, thank you. And he was like, you know what it is? Because he's like, I can feel it. He's dead now. I killed him. But he was like, your generation is begging. You're begging for war when you have peace.
Yeah.
He was like, and I came from the generation where we were begging for peace because I was born into war. He was like, and I promise you, once you kids realize that the war is here, the peace is not coming back and you're going to really regret it. So he was like, you're begging for war, but you're in peace. And he was like, and I'm scared for you. I was like, what am I supposed to do? And he said he didn't know. And then he just passed me the crack.
And then he died.
And then you died.
Then we smoked crack.
Then he died.
We were smoking crack on the bus.
Yeah, and
But
then
it's interesting.
And then obviously everyone bands together when something really bad happens, like 9/11 or something like that. I always like.
What happened on 9/11?
You told that story when you mentioned me in it.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
He has a viral clip that
He mentioned you in it?
Show your belly. Zoom in on her belly button. She wants everyone to see her belly button. Show it.
so hot.
Look at
You
that
look hot
LA
after
belly
LA.
button.
Thank you. Really?
You look cute. Yeah.
Oh,
my
look,
God.
it's so
She's like sexy. Wait, hold on. No, so I like to actually wake up in the morning and shit, and or when I go to sleep at night, and I'm like, I say thank you to the universe and God and shit that everything is okay.
Yes.
Right now, you know, because when you're sick and you have a cold and you're like, damn, I really I should have I should have appreciated when I didn't have a cold. I do that.
Yeah.
I like go to sleep. I'm like, I'm so happy I don't have a cold right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm so happy my throat's not sore.
You have to instead of wishing for the things you don't have, be appreciative of the things you do have.
Yeah.
I tell my kids that all the time. They don't listen, but I just try to like tell them.
They'll remember when they get older. They're gonna be like, oh,
yeah.
No, but like we're sitting here right now, like, and there's no like asteroid about to hit. Like supposedly there might be one in like 2028. I want to get Neil deGrasse Tyson on and ask him.
Get him up. I'm gonna have my asshole wide open for that asteroid. I'll save our planet with my open black hole asshole.
What do you guys feel about like? What do you feel about like conspiracy theories? Like my mom, like she thinks the world's gonna end in like a year, but I also feel like that's because she can't figure out her own life. You know what I mean?
And how
is your mom Asian?
She's black.
She's black.
She's not Asian.
You're not Asian at all?
No, I'm not Asian at all.
Why do you look like that?
I don't know. I'm literally getting canceled online for.
Are you not Asian at all?
And she keeps saying black shit, and I keep almost getting canceled.
So what are you? Black or what else?
I'm saying black shit on the podcast.
Yeah, you need to
like,
pull up your
going on.
ancestry.com.
Are you black and what?
Black and white.
You're black and white?
Yeah, my dad's like as white as you, if not whiter.
Yeah, he looks like American.
Have you ever questioned?
Her dad looks like Neil Patrick
Have you ever
Harris.
thought about why you look like you're fully Chinese? Why do you look like a spy?
Yeah.
No, literally, and I have like the fat face. That's why I went to LA initially. I was going to get lipo.
No,
I know.
No, do whatever you want. No, let me tell you. I don't mean to say no.
Don't be too supportive.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, but just please think about it because you know, when you do plastic surgery like that, you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for everybody else. Yeah. You got to be happy with you.
I just want to look like a black woman. You
right.
know?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that'll happen ever. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I cannot believe. Wait, I just cannot believe you're not Asian.
Really?
I literally came in here with fucking.
Asian?
I came in here with like literally
full
like
Asian jokes.
No, I came here with full Asian energy. I was bringing my chi shit.
Yeah,
and now I find out you're just some fucking black girl.
Yeah. So just some mixed girl.
You're just some black and white girl.
Broad.
No, I love black people.
But I think black people are more conspiracy driven.
Black people are conspiracy driven.
Yeah.
Well, they should be. I mean,
of course.
They fucking had their race like demolished by like all throughout history. So like people were trying to fuck with them. But that's the thing about black people. You can't hold them down.
You can't.
You cannot. You've tried. Oh, you've tried. Yeah, but you cannot.
Yep, I haven't.
Native Americans too. You ever shout out? I mean, dude, Native Americans. You can't fucking stop these people.
No.
They just, I thought you were, dude, you look Native American too. The last thing you look like is half black, half white. You literally look like a Native American.
I'm also sleep deprived. I know that sounds bad, but when I don't sleep, I get to sleep in the
You look more Asian?
Yeah, I slept like 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I'm like.
Racially ambiguous.
Yeah.
Is it a good thing? No.
Yeah. I like that.
Because like the thing is, it's interesting. I read this. You ever read The People's History of the United States?
No.
Not
Okay. Native Americans, for some reason in their culture, they were all about, I don't trust anybody.
Yeah, like,
Native Americans were actually more racist in the beginning than whites because they were like, I fucking hate you because you're white. Don't even come near me with your white bullshit. And they were right.
They were right.
But that's why they couldn't be enslaved because they were like, I'll fucking scalp you.
That's interesting.
I'll scalp you right now.
Not because they died? Not because they died?
Well, no, then smallpox came in. No, listen, here's the thing with white people is you can't, we'll bring disease.
Yeah.
We just come with I will come with the HPV for your throat, smallpox for yourselves. I'll come out, I'll give everybody AIDS. I don't give a fuck. So COVID, it doesn't matter.
Wait, did any white people die from Native American diseases?
Not that I know of. That's a good question. No, they mostly died. They mostly died from the war. I mean, in the beginning, Native Americans were just like capping everybody with fucking bows and arrows and then cutting their heads off.
Did you see Killers?
No, of the Flower Moon? No,
yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
It was pretty good.
It was good?
Yeah, it was. I had no idea that whole dynamic of rich Native Americans and the white people that used to like work for them. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's about like they're the rich ones because they discovered oil.
Okay.
And then there was like a whole community of white people that like would like try to like take advantage of them, marry into their families and get their oil money.
Yeah, and also too, like white people, it's just recent history. We've been the biggest pieces of shit white people in general over the past 700 years, but every country at some point has been a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
So this whole idea of being like, it's only white people or it's only black people, or it's only Asian people is ridiculous. We're all one human race. So it's like, it just depends who has the power. They'll then be a piece of shit. Yeah. It just happened to be right. I mean, white people this is the end of the whites now. It's an interesting time for whites. We're kind of done.
It is an interesting time.
The Spanish Latinos are coming in big. Latinos and Chinese are coming in big. You wish you were one of them. Well, you're Chinese.
I'm going to claim Chinese.
Yes.
She's not.
No, but you look like you could be both. You should say you're half Latino, half Chinese, and then you're going to be at one of the two powers.
Okay.
Because whites are done. White people are done.
I feel more powerful than a white person now.
You are more powerful.
You know what I mean?
No, you are.
Yeah.
Like even in this industry, I'm like, yeah, you need a black queer.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with you is what I would go with you. If I was you, what I would honestly do is say that you can be black, you can be Asian, you could be straight, you could be a fucking guy. You look like some of the guys who live in Ridgewood right now.
That's why.
Seriously, this is what guys look like now.
This is why I casted her.
She's great. She's
perfect.
That's the thing. It's like you see a beautiful girl now. You're like, is that a fucking guy though?
Yeah. There's
you just don't know.
There's one online that like every single time I follow her, I'm like, she's exactly my type, but she has dick, which might be perfect.
Might be perfect now because
I always know because like some of the trans girls are like a hot as fuck
because
like,
they get the
baddies.
They're perfect.
Well, they look like they all go to the same doctor as like girls that I know.
Yeah.
Right.
So they all have that same look and body.
You know, if you look at like just the human brain, the male brain, I watched this whole I watched this whole study about it, that the porn that we watch subconsciously, straight men, right? Straight men, the porn that we watch, we typically will look at our brain will say you're looking at the woman. You're looking at the woman to see if you want to keep watching this, if you can like come to this. But really what we're looking at is the size of the man's penis. If the man's penis is not a certain size, it doesn't matter how hot the woman is, over 50% of the time in this study, the men would go to the next video, but never registering that it's because what we're looking for is it's reminding us of us.
How small our dicks are.
The vanity inside a male brain and the ego is what protects us, but also kind of is like a driving force. So in theory, a trans woman with a big, huge cock and big titties is exactly what a straight male wants. Me as a straight white male. What I want as a straight white male is a big Asian cock and 2 black titties. That's what I want. I want you.
Wait,
I want Sienna.
Wait,
Sienna. I want Sienna.
Bro, I didn't know that was gonna end with that.
Wait, but aren't women the same? Or I don't know if it's just because I'm attracted to it. When I watch porn, I hate lesbian porn. But I like to watch the girl get
straight girls like lesbian porn for some reason.
Yeah, I hate it. I need someone to get.
Yeah. I need a dick too. You ever dick? Joe Exotic, remember he was like telling. That's how he was convincing the guys that they were gay. He was like, so when you watch porn, he's like, do you want the guys with the small dicks or the big dicks? And they were like, the big dicks, and he's like, oh, that means you're gay.
Right. But it doesn't mean you're gay. It just means that it excites that part. We all I don't want to look at a small, uncircumcised dick because it reminds me too much of me. I want to look at the fantasy.
The fantasy,
you know what I mean?
The big
I don't need to
see
my small fucking cock in a sock.
Yeah. Small dicks are weird.
I also think bisexual.
And I'm straight, but I still don't want like small dicks in my porn. No. I want like big monster black dicks.
I had a friend. He had such a small cock. He was almost like proud of it. It didn't even he would pee on his balls.
I know a guy like that. He pays me money just to say your dick. I don't even know him.
Oh,
He's
it's
on
like humiliation.
On OnlyFans or something?
On Instagram, he's like in my DMs and he'll just like send me $200 if I'm like, your dick's small. And then one time he sent me a picture of him in a chastity belt.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. It was, I literally
what is that part of the brain where you're like now capitalizing on your
small
dick or your insecurity or something where it turns you on like to be humiliated. You know what I mean?
Well, I would assume, I mean, almost exclusively that stuff comes from your mother. Almost exclusively it comes from some type. It doesn't have to be, it's almost never on the nose sexual. It's almost never on the nose. It's like the mother humiliating you for some other reason. And then your brain, when it's developing, you're like, I want you to step on my balls because my mom, called me stupid.
Right. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Like dumb fuck. Yeah. Wait, I would never have an OnlyFans. Oh my God.
Micro penises are crazy.
Yeah. They're so small. I've seen them before. They're very, very tiny.
Yeah, but what can you do, right? You got to go with what's given. Yeah. I'm a medium-sized penis.
Women don't have that problem.
Right.
Like when is a vagina that gaping big that you're like, I can't? I mean, possibly.
Yeah.
But I've,
I heard this interesting theory about, because you ever hook up with a woman? Because it's really like, I know I feel like men care about this more than women, because women just assume a guy's going to be dirty. But women, you ever hook up with a woman and you, like, you know, whatever, she like didn't smell right down there for whatever reason,
the
right?
pH is off.
Right. And then like, that's like a turn off. Like your brain will say, well, I can't be with that because it's like, it's not inviting. It's like just this subconscious thing in nature. It's like, I don't want to impregnate that. That's just what your brain is saying. And then you see that a person, one of your friends or whatever, or like someone with her, and you're like, how does he get through that smell?
Yes.
What happens
Different.
what happens though, is I read this interesting theory about pheromones where like, I might be smelling the odor because it's not connecting with you, but you don't smell it on her.
Yeah.
But I do because it's not connecting. So it's like, we all smell rancid on the inside, but some of our the one that you connect with, you don't smell it.
Yeah.
So it's like this weird thing where you're like, your brain can make you smell or see anything it wants to.
Yeah.
It's all, some of it's subconscious and like chemical, but I was like, whoa, that's wild.
Yeah.
There have been guys that I think are so unattractive, but I'm attracted to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like physically they're ugly.
So you don't know
but-
what's happening. There's some kind of attraction.
Yeah, but like I could make out with them because our pheromones match. Or like, and then there'll be a guy who's so hot and I'm like, I could never, just because I'm like, ugh, his breath smells.
Or you know what too? A lot of times like it'll remind you of someone from your past you don't like. And
father.
Exactly. And so I only hook up with guys that look like your father.
Yeah.
Girls that look like your father. I meant. So I think that
some people you could like when you're like you can not even know them and like you just like to smell their breath.
Yeah.
Like where you could kiss them in the middle of the night and in the morning, and then other people, no fucking way.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Get that
I only
breath
had
away
that
from me
twice.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy. Like you actually don't mind the smell of the breath.
And you can smell that it's funky, but you don't even
but
mind
it's okay. Like my dog's breath. Like I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I once you have kids too, you realize like we're all like, you know, when you have to like, when I have to like, you know, I have daughters, like when I have to like clean shit out of like their vagina when they were babies, it's like, you just kind of become okay with like, this is the human body.
Yeah.
I know we're all disgusting. So it's like, just fucking, how disgusting do you want to be is the question.
Yeah.
I get it.
So the kids are doing jujitsu.
They're doing
Talking
jujitsu.
about that.
My kids are doing jujitsu.
I was doing jujitsu. I had a bulging disc in my back from doing it. So I'm dealing with that now. Started physical therapy, your people.
Yes.
Which I don't know how I kind of feel about it.
Yes. The white physical therapist.
Yeah, white physical therapist. It's cool, I guess. I'm stretching. But I have all the equipment at home now that they have in the office.
It's all about the home exercise program for you. It's all about what you're doing at home. The once a week thing is not going to do anything.
So you were an actual like licensed physical therapist?
Licensed pediatric physical therapist.
So how you had to go to school for that or?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I got it at Planet Fitness.
I meant like you finished it. No, I did a 1-day course for LA Fitness to be a personal trainer.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so you're certified?
1 day. Well, it's like probably expired now, but like they used
Check it out.
LA Fitness used to take this like certificate that you can get in 1 day.
Disgusting.
Yeah. But I still kind of knew how to work out. So like it was okay for me, but someone else probably could have killed somebody.
Yeah. No, physical therapy, you have to get a doctorate degree.
Doctorate.
Full doctorate.
You have that.
Yeah, I have that.
That's fucking crazy.
When did you start?
I started comedy. I got my doctorate degree, physical therapy license in 2010. And then I started comedy my last year of PT school. So I started comedy in 2009. So I was 84. I was 25 when I started, and now been doing it 14 years. And then I stopped physical therapy in 2013 when this whole guy code, girl code stuff happened. I had to leave. So, but yeah, it was good career. I think with physical therapy too, dude, you're a physical therapist. I'm telling you, just all the therapist is doing, they have a wealth of knowledge and they can, help you out with your exercise. But it's like, dude, it's just like soft massaging. People's hands, when you're a healer, all I really got to do, even if I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing, just get my hands on you and kind of know which way not to push. Like that's where the kind of expertise comes in. Like, for certain injuries, I might not want to push up, I might want to push away and vice versa. But like, as long as I'm maintaining physical contact, you feel like I'm being healed.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about.
Yeah. You're right. You kind of do feel a little bit.
You got to just be
I've been
like
doing PRP too. You know what that is? It's like they take your blood out and then
Your back?
Oh, like cupping.
No, they take your blood out with a needle and then they spin it up and like it turns yellow.
It's like micro needling on my face.
And then they inject it back into you. But they do it for Botox and shit too now.
I do it on my face.
It's like all the healthy cells.
You get Botox?
In my forehead.
Okay, again, I'm not judging you. I just no, this is fascinating. No, this is fascinating to me. But why? And I don't mean to. I'm not. I'm genuinely just trying to be in a position where I'm just asking a question. This is like just for my information. But why do you feel like you need that?
Okay, I'll say, so I TMJ as a teenager.
Okay.
So I started getting Botox in my jaw. And then I realized how innocent Botox, it's just a muscle relax. I mean, you would probably know. I don't know. The chemical, no.
I mean,
because he's a doctor.
Yeah.
Dr. Chris.
Yes, it's
Chrissy.
it's fiberglass in your face.
And then like, I don't know, I would just do self-tapes and I would hate like my 11s. Like, you know, I would do like a crying scene and be like, ew, that's disgusting. So I was like, okay, little nip and tuck. And then
Yours don't look bad. I can't even tell.
yeah, all my friends do it. It's preventative when you're my age. Like, so I don't
Aren't
really
you 24?
Yeah.
He's mad young.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But it's like by the time I'm 34, I'll really look like, you know, a hot 25-year-old.
They all look like 45-year-old women.
Well, it's too, but I just think there's like a lot with society where like we don't embrace aging. We like are like, I don't want to age, fountain of youth, where it's like some other countries are like, we embrace aging. Like I think gray hair and wrinkles is sexy.
I love it.
Really?
You're embracing your age. It's very American thing or Western world thing to do, to be like, I don't want to look like I'm getting old. We're like this fear of death where it's like it's coming for everybody. So, and again, there's no judgment, but sometimes I'm like, you know, if my daughters want to do that, I think about like what conversation I have with them, and I just want them to be happy, but I really want them to think like, if you're doing it for you, if you are convinced you're doing it for you, then how can I stop you? But if you're subconsciously think you're doing it for you, but you're really doing it so other people be like, look at how young and beautiful I am, that's problematic.
Well, for me, the Botox wasn't age. It was like I literally had it at even 11, like as a kid, and then I freaking hated that wrinkle.
But you like it. The thing is, it makes you happy.
Yeah,
then do it.
And you can't even tell I get it.
No, yours aren't bad.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Look at the comments, girl. no, I'm kidding.
But I'm gonna get destroyed. They're gonna be like, "That's fucking filled."
A lot of that shit
I'm kidding.
is temporary. It's like our phases and shit. Like all the girls that have like the crazy BBLs and stuff.
No, and BBLs are gonna go out of style.
Dude,
Rich men
what's
don't like
BBL again?
When you do like a
Brazilian
fat
lift.
yeah, when they
yes.
take the fat and put it in your ass.
Well, don't you feel like even an hour, what are you, 37? 36?
Yeah.
So I'm 39. So like roughly the same age. And it's like, I feel like when we were like in our early 20s, it was all about huge boobs, huge butt. But now it's like little by little, that's going out of sexual style.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yes.
Right? It's like
but
all
you can't just undo it.
You can do a BBL, no?
Bro,
a BBL's tough.
Change your whole body. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've told
like I feel like Kim K wants to get hers removed.
I think they've slowly gotten it. Like,
yeah, but it's not like that easy. It's not like you just take off a diaper.
Well, my girl had, fake boobs and she removed them like 2 years ago because she was like, we got like little girls now. And she's like, I don't want them to think that it's okay to like change your body. I want them to know that like whatever body you have is ours and it's like good. And she was like, and also I feel like I have these foreign objects in my chest. She was like, every day, because every day when you get a boob job or anything, any type of plastic surgery, your body is, like, what is this? It's like sending things to like fight an infection constantly, every second of your life. So because it doesn't know what it is, it never gets used to it. It's constant. Our bodies are so amazing that they're like, get this thing out at all times.
Immune system.
So she was like, once she removed them, like I even saw it, like her personality shifted. Like when she used to get like, angry, quick trigger, she doesn't as much anymore. She's more calm because she's like, I'm telling you, she's like, I don't know if it's placebo. I don't know if it's just like, I feel more powerful, like, because this is my body and I am who I am. Or she was like, or I think it's like chemicals like in my brain have changed because I don't have this foreign object in my body anymore. Now I'm just me. I'm like, bring back your titties.
I don't know. I think a lot of men put a lot of pressure for a woman to like be really beautiful though. Because you get so much more. Life is so much
But I think it's changing. I agree with you, but I think it's changing.
Everything is.
Who gets more? The beautiful person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a girl who's attractive.
Yeah.
Like there's so much more I feel like I get.
I just don't like anything artificial. Like I don't really like fake boobs. I don't like fake ass. Yeah. I don't like Botox.
All of it. You know what I mean? But if it's done well, you don't even know.
Yeah, if you don't know, I'm not going to
That's when it's good.
Get deep and be like, how dare you?
BBL like naked and be like, oh,
yeah. I knew a girl who got one. She went somewhere crazy, like not Brazil. She went to like fucking some other country to get it. Yeah, and
the gas station.
Yeah, she almost died. Yeah, and like one of her butt cheeks deflated on the plane.
Yeah,
like right away, like 3 days later, she was flying back to America. The shit deflated. They had to land like emergency shit because toxins leaking into your system.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
but I mean, I get it. I get that whole. I get from women being like, well, men don't want this and want that. I get that. I understand. But I think like I don't know, just being a person who can officially speak on this because I have daughters.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I think I don't know. I just wish it wasn't that way. But I don't think it's that what you said, I don't think it's as important today as it was like in the 70s.
Looks?
Yeah, like now I think I think a man now, I think a woman now can get much more
without,
no matter what she looks like than she could 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I think the world is like shifting now.
But then there's like that whole like TikTok, like now we're seeing like the most beautiful woman in the world. Like we shouldn't have been able to see these many faces, and we're seeing like face-tuned plastic surgery perfection, you know? And I feel like
Facetune is crazy.
Facetune is nuts.
Everyone looks AI.
You can like Facetune videos.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen my friends like give themselves asses and like people believe it.
I'm like, you don't look like that, right?
One of the best things I've done, I can only speak about like, my experience, is I've gotten off social media. I have someone run it, because we need to in our business.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what's going on in whatever trend, whatever my peers are doing. I have no clue. I have a very, very small private Instagram with my family photos and extremely close family and friends of mine. That's all. I follow like 20 people. And if I'm going to look at Instagram, most of my feed is like either my family's friends and pictures or like, stoicism memes or like cooking recipes, like only things like that.
Your algorithm.
No news, no nothing, because I said, I love I really, really love history. So when I saw like Napoleon said that he would get a letter from a general, like from the front of a battle, like important, this is urgent, you need to see this right now. And didn't matter what, he would get it and put it in his drawer for 5 days. He would be like, because nothing is urgent. Nothing requires my response right now.
Right.
And he said, and by the time I looked at that letter, almost 100% of the time, it was whatever was urgent was no longer urgent and didn't need my attention at all. And I feel like Instagram or social media is urgency. Makes you feel urgent. And I'm like, that's no good. So I'm like off. I kind of had to make this deal with myself where it's like, well, that might affect ticket sales, that might affect your career. But I was like, but it'll give me, my brain, positive energy all the time, because I'm never comparing myself to others and I'm never comparing me to me. That's the big thing, is you look at yourself from 8 months ago and then you start to go down, spiraling, because you're like, I look so much better back then. But it's like, no, you had the perfectly crafted angle back then. You just forgot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've gotten it all out of my life and I only watch the local news once a night. Because I'm like, really, truly, I know that the media will say, no, we're all connected, and we are. But really, in my present, if it's not happening in the 5 boroughs, it's really not affecting me in the present as much as anybody would make you think it is. It's horrible things are happening all over the world. Yeah. What's going on in another country, it's just going to make me upset. What's going on in Queens might need my attention. If there's like, a rapist on the loose or something, it's like, let me look at the local news. And I'm like, oh, it's me.
Right.
And okay. And so I don't know. Like, I just offer that if it helps somebody, if they're like struggling, like, cause all my comparison went out the window. Like, I'll listen to my peers at the Comedy Cellar talking about who got what and this and that. And I'm like, if you guys only knew in my seat how kind of trivial this sounds and how like this is not helping you at all. Like you're not writing jokes. You're like comparing. Yeah. You didn't sell as many tickets as who? Who gives a fuck? Right. It happened. But I was that same guy. I was like, any accomplishment I would make would feel so insignificant. And I always be like, people like, you're doing good. And I'd be like, I suck. Because really what was in my head is, but so-and-so did 10 times the tickets I did, but now I don't see so-and-so. Now I just see me. And when someone says you're doing well, I'm like, oh, thanks. Yeah. I feel good about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Even creatively, do you feel like it's affected you positively, like writing and all that?
Yeah. I've gone off social media in the past, I want to say it's close to a year now, and I've had the most success I've had in my career. Wow. I've sold the most tickets, gotten the most deals, made the most money. It's all, and now is that coincidental? I don't know. I can't say. What I can say though is it's I've had the least amount of fights with my spouse, because we used to fight all the time, because I would subconsciously see a woman on Instagram and be like, oh, that woman's like, beautiful and she's a doctor. And I would subconsciously say, you know what? I need to make changes in my life and maybe I'll just co-parent. And then I wouldn't say it right, but it wouldn't come out like that. It would be like something would happen 3 days later and we'd get into a fight. And I'd be like, you know what? Maybe we should co-parent.
Yeah. It was like that resentment that you carried from looking at that picture 3 days ago.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I have like what I've always wanted is like right here. I have a family. I have a career. I have like I have people who rely on me me and care about me. And now I feel like I have what's made me realize is like, because somebody asked me the other day, like, do you think you're successful? And I was like, I do, because I feel like I have the ability to help anyone that needs to be helped. I can help them, but I don't need any help. So
good.
having the option to help someone is such a beautiful, gratifying thing, but I don't need it for me, so I can give it all to you. And I feel like that's success.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have $1 billion, but I don't think it's about that.
No.
Right. Yeah. I like to, you know, me and my therapist talk about it, about
Gay.
not comparing yourself. You're right. Not comparing yourself.
Somebody's coming in.
Oh shit.
No,
Someone in?
it's okay. She got the P key.
Oh, did I need the plunger key?
Somebody's got a poopy. All right.
What?
Who is it? Sorry. Oh, is it
Good to go,
4:30?
good to go.
Yeah, we got.
Oh shit.
We got to bounce. I'll just say this last thing. Yeah. So, yeah, no, like everybody's going through their own shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just have that like perspective that like
Right.
everyone can look perfect and like they're doing this, doing that. But, you know, everyone has their own shit going on in their brain, problems at home, this and
Yeah.
that. I don't have to totally like excommunicate myself and not look at them, but just
Right.
having that perspective that everyone's going through their own shit, like it makes me stop comparing myself to them.
Yeah, like Teddy Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
You can compare all day. I mean, dude, like even specifically in our world, stand-up comedy, it's like, you know, Kevin Hart will compare himself to someone. And it's
Yeah.
like, he's the biggest that to ever do it.
Yeah.
But he might be like, you know what? I don't have as many accolades as George Carlin or Richard Pryor. It's like, it will never stop.
Right.
You know?
Or they'll just be sad about something
Yeah.
else. Like,
So
you
it's
know,
like-
your brain is just constantly
Yeah.
finding problems and shit, you know?
I love that I'm talking like this and then I kill myself tonight.
Yeah.
Could you imagine I
hope
kill
that's-
myself tonight? I'm
fucking
like,
Yeah. Chris has to go pick up his children
Jiu-jitsu practice,
at
baby.
jiu-jitsu. But it went by so quick because you're so
it?
amazing. Thank
how
you.
long did we do?
An hour.
Whoa.
Yeah, an hour.
Yeah, we could do 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Thank you for coming and supporting.
Thank you.
know, I'm trying to like get this going, trying to get part of the algorithm.
Yes.
So appreciate it. Hope you like my bisexual Asian co-host.
I like her. Stop
And,
the Asian hate.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter.
I don't support.
Oh, canceled.
I don't support Starbucks.
Yes,
And
I do.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Chrissy Chaos. Is there a separate one for the history one?
I
Or
got
is it-
Chrissy Chaos. I got Hey Babe, which I do with Sal Volcano,
Yes,
another
still doing
Staten
that.
Island legend like
Yep.
Vinny. And then I have a history one I do once a month called Christeries.
Oh yes, I
Yes.
heard about that.
And then
one, too.
ChristyComedy.com for all my dates. I got a special coming out on a new platform.
Yes.
Well, not a new platform, a platform no one's ever had a special on.
Do we know what it is or
TV.
no?
Yeah, Hulu.
Oh.
Yeah.
No one's had a special on Hulu.
No.
What? You're the first
Oh my
one?
God.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Where are you gonna do it?
They wanted me to do it I wanted to do it in Atlanta, but my agent's convincing me to just do it in New York. He's like, dude, just fucking. I'm like, yeah, but I just did Radio City, theater at MSG, fucking shows in Jersey, Long Island. I'm like, my fans have seen this material.
Same thing, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but they'll support you, dude. Like he was like, you got to be the guy that does, if you want to only do shit in New York, then you only got to do shit in New York.
Yeah.
He was like, Atlanta? What? I was like, I love the people of Atlanta.
Wow. Me too. I can't believe you're the first Hulu special.
That's
Yeah, just, I mean, block it, I don't know. I haven't signed the contract
Right.
yet, so just block it out.
Yeah.
Suspense.
I'm just gonna say it's happening.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, bro.
All right.
Love
Yeah.
you.